Okay, in this lesson, let's talk about adjustments. Okay, what are adjustments inside of Photoshop? Adjustments are those parameters, those options that are affected to the different areas and different parameters of your layers. For example, you can add adjustments to your exposure of your image to control different exposure value. If you're a photographer, you can add curves, you can add levels, sharpens, and these other adjustments. And there is 3 places that you can find these adjustments, and the place that you will find them are different. For example, the first place that you find the adjustments is clicking on the layers and go to image. In adjustment, there is a lot of adjustment, for example, brightness, levels, exposures, vibrance, and these other stuff. And you can add them from here also. And if you select, you can find them in here also with the icons, for example, brightness, levels, curves, and these other stuff. And the last one, the last place that you find these adjustments is this area. All those things are briefly placed in here, and you can find different areas. For example, if I change the vibrance of this image, once I click to vibrance, you can change the vibrance of that, and you can desaturate it, make more saturated image, and you can change the blending options, for example, overlay or maybe vivid light, to create a very nice look, different looks of shading and creating kind of compositing between 2 images. And if I delete that, I can add, for example, photo filter is a kind of adjustment that add photo filters, like photo filters of the real cameras. I can change the cooling filters, orange, different parameters. I can change the blending options. There's a lot of things going on in here, and the things that that I like most is curve. I can use curve in here, and you see that there is difference between these adjustments in this layer and in this image list. The difference between these areas are the way that you're working. For example, if I click on layer and go to image and click in adjustment curve, if I change the curve, you see that it's applied my image, but if I click OK, it just disappear. I can control, I can change the blending options, I can do anything. It just appear, and I have this option to Control Z that. It's not flexible that while you're working. And if you use these adjustments from here and in this layer, you have these flexibility, you have these options to change different parameters along the time. For example, if I add exposure, I can change exposure like this, and I can change the blending options, vivid light, anytime that I want. Just click in here and change different parameters, change different things, and also create opacity down like this. And you can create mask also for them. For example, creating a mask shapes to add to a specific area. If I click area, and for example, if I select this area and press Ctrl I, you see that it just creating a mask in here, and I just see that result in this area, and I can use the eraser tool to create a kind of faintness in these areas, and you see that it's very nice looking. This area of my footage is more vibrant, more saturated than these areas, and they're very cool. You can do this type of things for all of these adjustments that are available in layers, and I recommend to use adjustments from this area, from the layer parts, to create a kind of flexibility while you're working with your project.